Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I am sure you're tired of hearing my voice. It'd be like that. But I will try to make this quick, okay? This is just a very quick video. Hopefully this is quick. About today's assignment. It's very long. There's a lot of different things on here, so it can be kind of confusing. So I'm just going to talk us through a little bit, okay? So the goal for this assignment is to use the skills we have learned so far to answer a historical question and create an argument. I talked a little bit about this in the past video, but essentially what we're doing in this assignment is we're taking all the skills that we've learned so far, they are here, sourcing, analysis, claim building, and we just talked about introduction, and we are going to apply them to the content that we have learned, which is a little bit of Native American history, all right? So we are going to apply the skills and practice them to get better at them before we go to write our actual first essay, okay? So that's what we're doing, all right? Now, moving along, okay, the very first thing you see is this here, okay? So for every essay that I give you, there's going to be a prompt question or a historical question, right? It's going to be a question that I give you, and you're going to give your answer to that, and that's going to be what you're arguing. That's going to be your claim that you are arguing, is whatever your answer to the question is, okay? So you're going to have each of those. So it could look like a yes or no, could look in a few different ways, all right? But the question that I'm asking you guys today is, why should Native people from the Leiden area be paid reparations? So you're going to decide, right, a claim, right, a stance to this question, and that's going to be your argument, right? Now let me break this down a little bit very quickly, because this might be a little confusing, right? So this word here, reparations, what does that mean? So a reparation is when the government tries to right a past wrong, right? When the government recognizes that they did something wrong to a person or a group of people in the past, right? And they try to make it right today. Usually it's through some form of payment, right? Money, but it could be other things as well too. Um, so that's the idea behind reparations, right? There's been a lot of talk recently, actually, about reparations to descendants of slaves, right, in the United States. So people say that, right, the U.S. government should give money or property or other things, right, to the descendants of former slaves because of what the government did to their ancestors that continues to negatively affect them today as a result of what happened in the past. So that's the other part about reparations that we got to understand, is that whatever happened in the past has to still have an impact on those people today. Okay? So we know, right, that the native people from the Leiden area, right, specifically the Potawatomi, we've talked about them. We know what happened to them, right, that they were forced to leave. The government came and forced them to leave onto reservations, right? And we know that as a result, right, their situation is not as good as it could be as a result of what happened in the past. So the question is, why should they be paid reparations? Okay, so that's our historical question, and you're going to create a claim that argues a reason why. Okay, now after you had a second to ponder the question, right, you're going to look, and there's three steps to this assignment. The first step is sourcing and analysis. The very first thing you're going to do whenever you're approaching a historical argument is you're going to source, you're going to analyze. Okay? There's some directions here. I also linked the slideshow with the criteria for sourcing in case you forgot, and also the steps of analysis. Yes, I'm good. Gosh, proud of myself. Look at that. Right? So if you forgot and you lost your little sheet that I gave you, you can go back and look at it there, okay? So you're going to do that, all right? And right under these steps are the sources. So there's three sources that we're going to be using. What I'd like you guys to do is to source and analyze them, okay? So you're going to look at these sources, you're going to decide secondary, primary, secondary, tertiary. Is it a news article? Is it a picture? Is it a journal, diary entry, whatever it is, letter, okay? And then you're going to analyze that source, okay? You're going to go in and you're going to ask yourself the 5 questions of sourcing. Can you give it a date? What is the source depict or say? etc., etc. All right. Once you do that and you got your sources down, right? You should also annotate them as well too. That's very helpful, and you can do that really easy on here. You're going to come down to the very bottom, and you are going to answer this question. So for the source, you're going to go source number 1, source number 2, source number 3, primary, secondary, tertiary, and then you're going to list your reasons why. We've done this before, so we should be good on that. Okay. Then you're going to come down into the actual analysis portion. Okay. So for each source, you're going to answer the steps of analysis. Okay. What is the source? What is the source they are depict? Etc. Etc. We've done this before already, so this is not new. We should know how to do this. You're going to do this for each one of them. Okay. And then finally, the last thing. Sorry, not finally. The second to last thing you're going to do is you're going to create a claim. All right. We did this yesterday. Okay. And if we're not that comfortable with it, that's okay because we're practicing. All right. So you're going to write your claim. You're going to write the answer to the question, the stance on it. Right? So you're going to go back up here. You're going to look at the question. You're going to try to come up with a claim. Why should Native people from the Leiden area be paid reparations? Your claim should start off with Native people from the Leiden area should be paid reparations because, and then give your reason why. So you're going to put your claim here. And then, okay, this is the new thing that we talked about today, is your introduction. All right? So I want you to think about if you were to actually write an essay about this. Okay, think about what kind of context, what kind of background information would be helpful for your argument. Okay, if you need to go back and look at how to write an introduction paragraph, you could do that. All right, I will link this. It's going to be linked up here where the step is. Where is it? Here. Okay, so you could do that, and then you're going to write that in here. All right, I know this is a lot. Sounds like a lot because it is a lot. Okay, so I want us to take our time with it. All right. If you don't finish it today, that's fine. We could work on it tomorrow as well too. But this is, you guys, like one of the first steps that we need to accomplish before actually going in and writing our essays. Okay. So that's how we do this. If you have questions about this, please email me or chat me, and I will be happy to help you. Okay. All right.